Part 2. What Dominic did after losing everything will shock you. The hospital hallway remained silent, but his cries refused to stop echoing. Doctors and nurses stood helpless, watching a man whose entire world had just shattered. Dominic lay on the cold hospital floor, holding his chest, gasping for breath, as if the pain inside him was too heavy for his heart to carry. He kept whispering, "Take me instead. God, take me instead." It took several minutes before the nurses helped him sit up. His hands were shaking uncontrollably, his eyes swollen from tears, his body weak, like his soul had already left him. Then came the moment he feared the most. The doctor gently asked him if he wanted to see them, one last time. Dominic froze. For a few seconds, he said nothing. Then slowly, he nodded his head. His legs trembled as he followed the nurse into the room. Every step felt heavier than the last. When the door opened, time stopped. There, on the hospital bed, lay his wife. Peaceful, silent, still. Beside her, wrapped in a small white blanket, was the baby he had prayed for 14 years to hold. Dominic collapsed beside the bed. He grabbed his wife's hand, pressing it against his face. "It's me. I'm here. You promised we would carry our baby home together." His voice broke as he turned toward the tiny blanket. With trembling hands, he slowly carried the baby. For the first time in 14 years, he finally held his child. But there was no cry, no movement, only silence. Dominic kissed the baby's forehead and whispered, "My child, Daddy waited for you. Daddy loved you before you were born." The nurses watching from the corner could not hold their tears. One of them had to leave the room because she couldn't bear the pain. After a long time, Dominic gently placed the baby beside his wife. He stood there staring at them, like he was trying to memorize their faces forever. Then suddenly, he said something that shocked everyone in the room. He said, "I thanked God outside, and I still will." The nurses looked at him in disbelief. Tears rolled down his face as he continued. "I don't understand this pain. I don't understand why this happened, but I will not curse God, because loving them for 14 years was still a blessing." The room fell silent. Even the doctor lowered his head, fighting back tears. Days later, during the funeral, friends and family expected Dominic to completely break down. But something unexpected happened. When it was his turn to speak, he walked slowly to the front. His voice trembled, but his words were clear. "Pain changed me, but it will not destroy me." He paused, struggling to breathe through his tears. "My wife and child didn't get the chance to live the life they deserved, so I will live a life that makes them proud." People in the crowd began crying. Then Dominic announced something no one expected. He said he would start helping couples who struggle to have children and support mothers who cannot afford hospital care. He said, "If my family could not stay, then their love will stay through the lives I help save." That many people realized something powerful. Sometimes, the strongest people are not the ones who never break, but the ones who break and still choose kindness. Dominic lost everything, yet he chose to turn his pain into purpose. And sometimes that is the bravest thing a human being can ever do. If this story touched your heart, remember, someone around you may be smiling, but silently fighting battles you cannot see. Be kind, be patient, be loving, and never take the people you love for granted. Because life can change in a single moment. Subscribe for more emotional and inspiring stories. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.